If you've been searching for homes in the Matthews, North Carolina area, you're trying to stay under $600,000, and you also want a place that has established neighborhoods, community amenities, probably have accidentally, without even knowing it, strolled by or scrolled by this neighborhood. And what I'm going to talk about today is the neighborhood, the community of Willowbrook, which features all of those things and more. So what we're going to do is jump in and share with you this neighborhood that's within the Matthews, North Carolina area, or at least it says on the map it's Matthews, North Carolina. But it's actually located within the town of Stallings, which is 28104, which is Union County, which adds to some of the topic we're going to just jump right into and cover. So stick around, we're jumping right in. So what is it about the Willowbrook community that is easy to pass up, not intentionally, and that is the reason number one is that it's in Stallings. Although it looks like it's on a map and it says Matthews, it's actually in Union County, and that changes a lot for buyers. It is actually, as I mentioned, Union County, which gives you better tax options. Schooling, you're going to be within the schools that are highly ranked across the board. We'll talk about that and all of these things that if you look at it, like I mentioned on a map, looks like you're within Mecklenburg County, but you're not, you're Union County, and it's still within minutes, seconds of easy to access travel on 74. There's pros and cons of that. So there are some things we want to talk about as we stroll through the Willowbrook community that you want to know. Quick timeout. This is Steve Jarrell with the Longleaf Group at eXp Realty. If you have questions as we're diving through the community here in the Matthews area, Willowbrook, reach out below, put your comments. You can schedule a one-on-one meeting with me if you want to learn more about what it's like living in South Charlotte. And as I mentioned, I'm Steve Jarrell, love helping people just like you. So let's jump back in and keep strolling through the Willowbrook community. So as you can see, as you drive through the community, the homes were built between 1990, 1996. You have that mature feel of both the homes, that brick style home, the mature trees, the just overall feel of a community that wasn't built 2 years ago and it was cleared out and saplings are starting to try to take hold, and it's just a community that looks like people live there and have lived there and taken care of their homes. Huge benefit. And what we're actually going to see shortly is also a walkthrough of one of the style of homes that is in the Willowbrook community. Most of the homes are two-story homes, but there are select few that are a ranch or one-story home, and that's what we're going to walk through so you can get a feel for what it's like in these homes. And most, although there is a much lower HOA fee for living in the Willowbrook community, the homes, the neighborhood is very well kept up, and it's kind of crazy the amount of amenities that are provided by the community overall, especially at such a low HOA fee. So while all the homes are single family homes, you're not going to see townhomes, you're not going to see condos, you're going to have that consistent feel. Within the HOA, you actually, for just about $413 a year, have access to the community's clubhouse, pool, tennis courts, walkable community overall. All of it's a part of the HOA, the greater HOA, greater community amenities that are there, and all of it's a part of for that low HOA. If you go to especially new construction, new builds, or really almost any community across the greater Charlotte area with the amenities that are provided in the Willowbrook community, you're paying 2, 3, 4 times that for access to this. So it's kind of crazy being able to have that access to easily, like I mentioned, drive by this community, not even know it's there, tucked in just next to 74. But once you're there, you really can see, feel this community that has a similar attributes to some of the way more expensive communities that, such as Providence Plantation, and I'm not comparing the large lots and which those can be up to an acre plus. Willowbrook anywhere from a quarter acre to 0.4 acres on the larger side, but you still have that very similar type of feel of the canopy, the trees, the established neighborhood, all of it within here at really a fraction of the price. And even within Union County, which is a huge perk for many people, whether you're yourself looking for a place that has lower taxes, access to schools that are highly ranked, and overall within that Union County border. And when I say border, it is right there between Union County and Mecklenburg County, and there's actually a redistricting, rezoning between Mecklenburg and Union County, and there are parts of Willowbrook that actually have the line of Mecklenburg that can cut through parts of the line. It's that close to being on the Mecklenburg County side. So it's important to watch where are those lines, but the community itself is very much considered and is a Union County community, which, as I've mentioned a few times, is a huge perk. Speaking of location, this is where the Willowbrook community really shines, and that's, you are right next to, and actually parts of the community, you can hear 74 in the background, but where the location plays in is being that close to 74, which is also called Independence. You are able to get to really between Monroe all the way into Uptown, that being the main artery between the two. You can be in Uptown in 20, 25 minutes, up to 40 if depending on the traffic. You're within 15 minutes of downtown Matthews, easily accessed from 74 to get all the way around the Charlotte area on 485, which is a direct connection there. So the location is a huge part for that travel, or that getting back and forth to some of the bigger, more popular areas, but also just the everyday travel. You're just able to get on Stevens Mill Road, which you have all of your everyday shopping from Harris Teeter, which is the local grocery store here, access to Sun Valley Commons, which is a very popular outdoor shopping mall area, the movie theater, variety of things, and they keep adding to the Sun Valley Commons area as well. So you have access to both local as well as traffic driving on 74 as well. Huge benefit for this community, and not even having to be a part of Mecklenburg County and paying for all the crazy taxes. That does come with the trade-off of the benefit, you're right there at 74. The downside, potentially, if you're trying to travel during rush hour, that travel that could take you 20 minutes to Uptown could take you 45 minutes. That traffic can be a standstill at times because it's such an important road, important driving for commuters back and forth. So the downside of that popular, busy highway is traffic. Schools are one of the most commonly asked about questions for any buyer with kids, with potentially having children, and really just appreciation in general. The better the schools, typically the better the long-term appreciation of a home and neighborhood. And the Willowbrook community being in Union County, and where it's located in the Stallings portion of the 28104 zip code, has the benefit of those on average greater ranking schools in the greater Charlotte area. And you're dealing with, or you have access to elementary schools like Stallings Elementary. You have all the way up to Porter Ridge Middle and Porter Ridge High School. You're looking at rankings if you're on greatschools.org, which is very commonly used. Rankings up from 9 out of 10 from a school perspective, 8 out of 10 middle school, different rankings, always going to be on the higher end overall. And that includes all the scoring, the college scoring, attendance, graduation into college. So from a school perspective, that's a huge positive for where you're located and zoned for school-wise. You always want to check where you're zoned for, obviously for any school as you're working with a real estate professional, but in general, where you are, you're going to be zoned for those schools, which is a huge perk. So let's talk about the real estate market overall in the Willowbrook community. And all the positives I've mentioned are not necessarily unnoticed by buyers, although you may be driving by the community and not know it. When homes do come on the market in Willowbrook, they are noticed, and for all the reasons I mentioned. If you look at just the past 12 months, 19 single-family homes have sold in the Willowbrook community. The median price is actually right at $550,000, which for the community overall is actually a very reasonable price point, and as you're looking towards future appreciation, makes a lot of sense for a lot of buyers for the type of community and schools and everything I mentioned. And the median time on market is only 9 days. Currently, there's 2 homes on the market in the Willowbrook community. By the time you're watching this, that'll almost definitely have changed. We're actually going to take a walk through one of those homes in the market so you can get a feel for it. It is located, as I mentioned, in Willowbrook with a ranch style 1-story layout. So you can see what these homes look like, and that's from the time you walk in, the backyard, the feel of the community as we're driving through. I'm very interested in your feedback on how does this look. This is just one of the styles or layouts of homes in this community, but it gives you that feel of the timing that it was built and homes that are upgraded at different stages. But I'm curious your thoughts. Put your comments below. Let's check out the home and see what we see while we're walking through. So what are your thoughts as you check out the community, learn more about it, walk through homes that are a real example of what it's like to have a home, to live in the community? The real takeaways are, for sure, you're in a mature community with mature trees. You have the amenities, the clubhouse, the pool, the lower taxes, the location, the plus and minus of being near and access to quick travel. Other people are doing the same thing and you get the traffic, but this is a good example for you to check out. And if you have more questions, you want to see communities like this, or you just want to take a drive around the South Charlotte area, learning about what it's like living here, reach out below. There's a button that you can click, a link you can click to take you to a one-on-one meeting with me. Love to help you, whether it's you're looking to make the move in the next 6 weeks, 6 months. Help people every day make those transitions and learn more. So make sure to reach out. Until next time, when you're ready to travel around South Charlotte, checking out our videos, I'll see you then.